my circumstances, I am
Welcome back to Family Partnerships Podcast. Today I have a very special guest, a young gal that I've known. I don't know, we haven't added up yet, but it's probably somewhere around maybe 10 years or 8 years. But we have with us today Prita Chhabra, Site Director with Public Allies, Central Florida.
Thank you for having me, Phil. I'm honored. I'm
I've
very
been
excited.
Yes, I've been longing for this for a long time because we've crossed paths, we have similar passions,
Mhm.
and we are sharing a mission about our young people. And love to get a little more background about you and tell us what you're doing.
I am the site director of the most amazing program in the whole world, Public Allies Central Florida. We are a leadership development program. We are a social justice movement, and we are a opportunity for local nonprofit organizations to help build their capacity so that they can be more effective and more efficient in delivering their direct services. So we have an operating partner, Rise Community Solutions, and at Rise Community Solutions, we have a core belief that no family should be alone when going through any sort of struggle, any sort of hardship. And so the way that Public Allies fits into that belief and helps support our Central Florida communities is that we pair every nonprofit organization that partners with us with its emerging leader, but just someone who really needs to get their foot in the door, has some experience or lived experience, I should say, going through some hardship. This individual is someone who is underrepresented in leadership opportunities, someone who comes from the community and represents the community, and has a passion to give back and make a difference, but just needs that opportunity to do that. So the partner organization will host them, give them significant jobs and duties that they got to do for the nonprofit so they could build their technical skills of working in nonprofit. And then every other Friday, the individual comes to me and my team and we build their own leadership capacity. So really helping them discover the talents they already have inside of themselves so that they can use those talents to serve the people in the community that need them. So it's really, really cool.
Yeah. How did you find them? Or did they find you?
Oh my God. Wow. So when I was 30 years old, I was a struggling, broke recording artist living at my parents' house. I needed some money, and the breaking point for me was that I ran out of money to record more music. And it was literally the end of the world for me. And I said, I need to go get a job. Like I need to find some way to make some money. And I hit the job boards and I found Public Allies Central Florida. Now, what drew me to the program was that it was going to teach me to be a leader in my community. Growing up, I had two passions. I loved singing. I loved Bette Midler, loved her. And I loved Oprah Winfrey. So I had a huge passion for helping people. I really feel like Oprah helped me and I wanted to help people. So not really knowing what that would look like, but being a leader in my community and learning how to help people without needing a lot of experience, I was like, maybe they'll pick me. And somehow they picked me. I don't know how. I did not have the resume to do what I was tasked to do, but it was a really like defining moment in my life because it changed the trajectory of my life. I get emotional every time I talk about this because it really introduced me to the highest potential of who I could be. If I had continued down the route, well, growing up, we do what we're exposed to. And I really felt like my idea of success was really small compared to what it is right now. But Public Allies taught me and introduced me to a lot of strengths and talents I did not know I had. And so, sharing a bit of my story, I was placed at a foster care agency to work with kids in foster care and teach them about careers in the STEM field. I didn't know what a kid in foster care was. I didn't know what STEM stood for. I had to Google it. I didn't have any professional clothing. I had a script written by my phone on my desk. In case it rang, I knew what to say and I knew what my title was without getting all flustered with the words, right? So, and that's how I found this program. And I got to work with these amazing kids. I found out I'm really good at working with kids in care. First meeting them, I'm like, oh my God, like these kids could eat me for lunch. Like, how did I get picked for this opportunity? They were angry, they were hurt, and they blocked me out by putting on their headphones. And I was like, well, something I'm good at is singing, so maybe I could reach them that way. So I started going to group homes. At the time, there was like 12 kids enrolled with the program. At the end of my 10 months of service, I served over 200 kids just by doing something that was natural
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Like when I was pursuing my career as a recording artist, oh, the Prita Show. I did not have that experience at all. I was not successful. I did some cool things, but
Yeah.
my gosh, when I would go to the group homes, because I use my music to connect with the kids, you'd see them at the windows. Miss Prita's here. They'd be running out and running my car. They want to bring my purse in. They wanted to sing music with me. We all, me included, we use music to heal. We use music to express our emotions, and that was just an outlet that I was able to bond with them on. I also just saw these amazing individuals, just like Public Allies saw an amazing individual in me that maybe I didn't recognize was there. I saw them. I'm like, gosh, you guys are amazing. You're capable of doing so much. How can I help you? And that's really how my journey started and my nonprofit career started. Because after the 10 months of service, they kept me on full time. And it's been like 13 years now. And I've slowly moved my way up. And now being the site director of this amazing program, so when I got selected, I say this a lot, I felt like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. I got that golden ticket. I don't know how I got it, but I got that ticket. And now I'm like Willy Wonka, and I have these tickets to give out. And I'm asking partners, come partner with me. Come help change someone's life while building your own organization so that you can better serve the people you're serving, right? So that's how I got involved with Public Allies. It started with me being served by this program and having my life changed by this program. And here we are.
I listen to you, I look at you, and then I can feel you. I think that was one of the things that resonated the first time I met you. And I remember you and the folks over at Public Allies asked me to come and speak to the youth, give some kind of leadership lessons, some life lessons and stuff like that. I don't know if you remember this because it's going to resonate with what you just said a second ago. Is one of my presentations and things that I paid forward in giving to these kids was being authentic.
Yep.
And I think I bet Bette Midler and Oprah Winfrey would be looking at you right now and saying, that's authenticity.
Yeah.
That's what appeals to people. And who needs it more, right, than the youth that we work with?
I think that's how you build trust.
Yeah.
You be authentic.
Yeah.
Own your mistakes. Show that it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's really okay. Everybody has obstacles that they face in their life. There's no one person that has it all down perfect. And the thing is, as you go through your life, the obstacles don't stop. Yeah. My life today is something I dreamed about when I was a public ally. It felt so like out of my reach. And there's a saying a mentor once told me. He said, you reap what you sow. Yep. You reap it way later than you thought you would. Yeah. And when you do, it's way greater than you could have ever imagined, right? So every piece counts, every effort counts. What you put into your things every single day, it counts. It may not show up when you want it to, like going to the gym. I wish I could go once and have 6-pack and just great big muscles, right? But you got to keep doing it consistently and putting in the effort. And the same goes for life. And the same goes for serving the youth that we serve. And same for my allies. I'm just trying to show up my best that I can every single day.
So you talked about how you look for talent and the special characteristics of some of the youth that you're assessing and working with, and then align them with organization. What is that like? What is that like for them? What's it like for you?
So this year it's a lot. We had over 400 people apply for the program this year, and we had the opportunity to serve 22, right? So we're really looking for people that do come from disadvantaged beginnings, that are underrepresented in leadership positions. But what I'm really looking for is someone who has a desire to learn and grow, someone who knows they want to spend these next 10 months investing in their own development, someone who has a wide variety of different lived experiences. We see those lived experiences as assets that they bring to the table. It's one thing to have a nonprofit management degree and come into a nonprofit and work at this nonprofit. And then it's another thing to actually live through and experience the thing that the people that the nonprofit is serving have gone through. There's like a unique thing called proximate leadership. Mm-hmm. It's really bringing people in. The people that are closest to the problem are also closest to the solution. Are we tapping into that potential? That's the potential that our allies have. And we're looking for people from all walks of life, really diverse, different types of people. You could be educated, not educated. You could be 18. You could be 56. We don't care. We want everyone to come to the table. Because when you do that, that's when you find really good solutions for the community. If it meets the needs of a lot of different people from walks of life that are unique.
Yeah. You sound like a mentor, right? But You weren't probably always a mentor, were you? And how did that become a part of who you are and your purpose?
It was working with the kids in care.
Yeah.
When someone trusts you with their tears, like what an honor, right? Like what an honor and such a privilege to be the one that they come to share something like that. I feel like it's my responsibility. It's everyone's responsibility. You know, God gave me the gift of singing. It wasn't so that I could have a wonderful, glorious life. It was so I could use it to serve those who need them and connect with people. That was my secret key in, right?
Yeah.
That's how I built trust with the kids and just I did what I said I would. And I just think it's so important that even through Public Allies, my program manager and my supervisor were my mentors. They said things to me that I had never heard before. And I literally verbatim spit those words right back to the kids I was working with. What I was given, what I was giving back, and I was learning how to do that. Like a life of significance is one in which you use that, all the things you're good at naturally to help people that need it. So I really think it's everybody's responsibility to look back, like the space that I'm in, even growing up. I felt very much like I didn't belong. I had the typical immigrant journey. My parents came to Canada at the time with little. They're not educated, but they really worked hard to give us the life that we have today. But growing up feeling like no one looks like me. My mom said I went to elementary school and I didn't even speak English. So I'm looking around and trying to learn all these things and feeling like I don't belong in these spaces. And so knowing and understanding that I don't want anyone to feel that way, how can I make spaces more welcoming? How can I really just find myself in everybody that I meet? We're not that different.
No.
Nobody is. The soul of who we really are is much more alike than we really understand if we don't take the time to like reflect on that.
Yeah.
So if I can find myself in every single person I meet, no matter what they look like or what they've gone through, I think that's the ability that I have to connect with them, mentor, guide, whatever. I'm just here to serve, just to even be with you in the muck while you figure it out for yourself. Just to be there with you is what I'm
It's beautiful to
inspired to
see
do.
the professional you've become. And yet, but seriously, I mean, you really are.
I still feel like an ally sometimes. What am I doing on a podcast? This is surreal.
Well, you bring a journey of humility, and you always fall back to that as a reminder. That's a beautiful story in and of itself. And that's why these young people look at you and say, no, she probably gets it. You know what I mean? And we are different, but then in many ways, we're not so far from how
Exactly.
the other person is being. That's really wonderful. So tell me more about what is the response of the youth that you're working with? And I think there must be sort of a transfer of a sense of empowerment, no?
Yes. I used to say I want to be a voice for people who didn't have a voice, and I wanted to empower people, and I wanted to create spaces where people felt empowered. And through the years, there's an epic moment in my nonprofit career that I'll never forget. I was working with a program called First Star Central Florida Academy. We took kids in care, we brought them to UCF, where they lived in the dorms for a whole month to get exposed to going to college. Okay, it was our first year doing this. I'm laughing because how ridiculous what happened. So it was like day 3 in, and I'm trying to get these kids to sit still in a in college, and one of the girls just bolts. Like she bolts. She's done. She doesn't want to do any of this anymore. She wants out, okay? And I'm chasing her. And she's running so fast. It's July. It is hot. UCF is the world's biggest campus. It feels like its own city, right? It's my first time at UCF too. So I'm just like, oh my God, what's going to happen? And she's screaming all sorts of profanities at me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm doing everything I can to help you. If you don't want it, fine. Fine. Go run. I don't care. I stopped running. I was like, I've done everything I can. I'm done. She is being mean to me. I don't deserve this. The narrative that goes in your mind, right? And then I heard a voice in my head said, if you don't run after her, who will? And I was like, oh God, that's what it is. And I realized in that moment, this is not about me. All these behaviors are not, I'm taking them personally. My skin grew like this thick in that moment. And I realized that this is what I have to do because I don't know who else is going to go run after this girl in the heat. And what if something happens to her? It's got to be me. when I finally caught up to her, I was able to talk to her because she was winded. We were both winded. That we aren't going anywhere. That's not fit at all. It's still not. But that moment just really taught me something important, that we just have to serve the people that are coming into our spaces, and we just got to be the people that they need us to be in that moment. And I said, look, I know that this isn't about me. I know that this is about something else, but I'm letting you know I'm not going anywhere. She's like, you're not going to leave? I said, no, I'm going to chase you all over this school. And that built her trust to know that I was invested in her growth as much as she wanted someone to be. But the natural response is to run, right? So it was a really impactful moment for me to really learn. It's not a success story per se. I feel like the power is in that person always. You're just there to help them, to remind them that it's there, to show them that I can see you have so much more going for them maybe you realize right now. So
That's very profound. You think about her running and wondering, probably because it's a learned behavior, that if I run enough, people will give up on me.
I don't give
And you
up.
didn't.
No, I will keep my word. And if
Yeah.
I say I'm going to do something, I'm there. Even if they're not there, I'm going to wait and wait until they come.
Yeah.
That's what we're here to do. That's how I'm here to serve. My goal here is just let me help whoever I can.
Tell us more about how music has helped be a medium by which you've inspired others.
Oh, so at Public Allies, we talk about your legacy. And so I knew I would have 10 months to spend with these kids, and I wanted them to know that they're not alone in their journeys. And I remember thinking, I'm going to write them a song. I'm going to write them a song so when I'm gone, they can listen to the song. I don't know if they listen to the song, but I really know if they listen to the song. And I was in the shower. This is how inspiration always hits me. It's always when I'm doing the most like absurd thing, pumping gas, like making cereal, something random that has nothing to do with music. And I heard this, I am not my circumstances. I am who I am in spite of them. I'm unstoppable. And I was like, that's what I want them to know. I want them to know that they're unstoppable. And that's how I wrote the song Unstoppable. It was my legacy through public hours, through my time with the program. I didn't know when it would end. And that's kind of how I used my music to inspire other people to keep going, to not give up, and to know, for them to know that you're unstoppable. And the curse of that is I can't stop now because I wrote this song. I have to live up to this belief, but it's true. We are all unstoppable. We just got to keep going, regardless of what up or down comes our way. We just got to keep going.
You beat me to the punch. I was thinking about a question about, what motivates you. But that story in and of itself, it's really an intrinsic quality that you have to find within yourself, but you're paying it forward and you're
You
really
have to.
giving them that opportunity to reflect on that.
You have to. So many times I've been the only woman that looks like me in a room, especially in the nonprofit sector, especially growing up as a kid in Montreal. I went to like a predominantly Jewish elementary school. I thought the whole world was Jewish. Everybody, I really did. I was like, God, why didn't you make me Jewish? I had to grow up and learn about diversity and the importance of being the different person. But really, like my seat here, I might be the first and only one. It might be really lonely. It might be really scary. But my God, am I grateful for this opportunity. And you know what? While I'm here, let's make it more comfortable for those that are going to come after me. Because it really isn't about me. It isn't. Like, let me make it easier for more that look like me to come on over and join the space and have an easier time while they're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As our audience is probably hearing, a very common theme in all these series that we've had guests to come on with personal stories is it's not about them.
It's not about me. At Public Allies, another thing we say everybody leads. And I really feel like this is my leadership journey. Leadership is typically we think of someone at the top with a big fancy title. It's this ladder you got to climb up, but really leadership is an action everybody can take. And what I'm trying to do here is tap into the leadership potential of everybody I meet. Leadership is an action we all can take, and we have led ourselves to this moment together in this space and time. We've led ourselves through every up and down. We have the ability to do anything we set our minds to doing, right? So it's our responsibility. We could be like, oh, I don't know, whatever life happens to me, it's whatever. But that's your leadership journey by just not taking action too, right? So I'm just really passionate about encouraging people to understand that they are leaders in their lives. They are leading their lives. You're leading your life. I'm leading my life.
Yeah.
We're having fun today, leading
Yeah.
our lives, right? Everyone's a leader, so just tapping into that.
Do you have a singular project you've worked on in all your years that you're most proud of, or do you think was most impactful?
Yes, I will never forget the moment we were invited to Disney. Now, I don't remember the name of the event. It was a foster care event. We got to go on stage and sing and open up for this conference for foster care at Disney. And I took a bunch of kids that were living in different group homes, taught them Unstoppable, and we sang Unstoppable together on that stage. And that was the moment I realized I don't want to be a voice for anybody. They have their voice already. They sang that song so passionately, and it's a transformative experience. When a song that I wrote to hopefully help somebody,
Yeah.
to see six girls singing it on stage with me, that will always be the top of anything. Like that was a really special moment for me.
Well, when you wrote that, whether it was in the shower with a bowl of cereal, it was coming from your soul.
Yes.
And you know what? Great artists will always reflect on that.
Yeah.
And you touch them in a way that's what they were able to relate to.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Imagine the impact 100 loving homes could make. 100 hearts, 100 foster homes, 100 opportunities for love. With your yes, a child finds safety. With your heart, a child finds home. Strengthen our community. We urgently need 100 families to say yes, giving hope to a foster child. Scan the QR code to get started.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm having so much fun
Me too.
chatting with you and reflecting on some really powerful stuff that has made impact and will probably make impact for generations to come. You know, we talk about some of the work that you've done as a recording artist days. Did anything unusual happen or something you could share that would be so surprising to viewers not knowing what happened behind the scenes?
Yes, there was. So I remember this performance. I made a lot of history. I was like the first South Asian recording artist to sing the national anthems for NHL, MLB, NBA, lots of cool spaces, right? I'll never forget. It was in Toronto at the Rogers Centre. It was for the Toronto Blue Jays baseball. They wanted me to sing the anthems. I don't remember the U.S. team that was playing them, because this is how much I've blocked this out of my, but the most nerve-wracking experience I could have ever had. And the anthems, so I struggle with anxiety. That's why I have some notes here, because what the first thing to go is words. Like words of common things that I like. Elephant. I'm like, that gray animal with the big floppy ears, you know? So my gosh, I was not expecting that performance to go the way they did. They put me on one of the mounds to sing the anthems. Okay, this is odd. I'm like in the sand with my heels, kind of like, oof. Okay, then they have me facing a giant jumbotron of myself. So now I have to look at myself singing these anthems. And then they have this ceiling that as I start singing starts retracting. Oh my God, up comes the CN Tower. So now I already felt small to begin with. Now I feel even smaller. And I'm halfway through the Canadian anthem. You sing the US first, then the Canadian. And I get so anxious with that thing and feeling so tiny that I forget my words. It's like, God keep our land. God keep our land. Oh God. Oh God, just keep it. God, I was like, I went down like this, and the audience said, "Glorious, glorious and free." Mortified, so mortified. I was like, I hope nobody noticed. I hope nobody noticed. I tried to. It was a dramatic pause there, right? Because I forgot the damn words.
I love it.
And then when I went to the stands later, there was a guy sitting there. He's like, "You forgot the words, didn't you?" I was like, I'm so mortified.
That's adorable. Oh my God.
It's probably my most nerve-wracking experience. The anthems are like, you gotta do justice to the anthem, right?
Who doesn't think about watching someone sing the anthem,
Yes.
then the anthem, and
Yes.
think, how do they remember the words and with all that pressure?
Yes, and they don't make sense. That's the thing. It's like trying to say the alphabet from starting at, I don't know, in the middle of the alphabet. I know it's starting with A. I can't do it any other way. But yeah, that was probably one of the most high pressure scenarios, and I hope nobody really, other than that guy, noticed. But yeah,
Oh,
it's wild. It's
right,
wild.
right. Tell me the story about the young fella that on the street of Toronto, I think you were doing a video gig, and a young boy with a guitar. Tell us about that.
So actually, with that story, I was here in Orlando.
Oh.
It was when I was a public ally.
Gotcha.
And I was working on the song Unstoppable.
Right.
Right. And so I went to Great Oaks Village. I would go to all the different group homes to meet with the kids there so that they were more comfortable in their element there versus having them come to me and just not knowing what to expect and like another adult telling them what to do with their life. And I was really just trying to connect. And I saw one of the kids there just strumming on his guitar. I was like, oh, again, music, right? So I knew I needed a guitarist to come and record the song with me. And I thought, how cool would it be if it was him? And he was really good. Skylar White was his name. A talented, super talented musician, still doing music to this day. And I said, would you actually please come and play the guitar on this song for me? And he was like, of course. So it was such a journey. He performed with me in many different places as well. The song was in the music video with me as well. So a really cool story to be able to provide that opportunity. But for me to have someone with me, such a talented kid. So yeah, it was really, really awesome to be able to have him involved in the project, especially because I wrote the song for the kids I was serving at the time.
Yeah. Wow, you brought that story home to
Yeah.
us here in Orange County. Looking ahead, what can we expect from you, and what do you hope for Public Allies and maybe a return to music?
Oh gosh. I miss my music so much. It really was my therapy and it's my go-to place to be creative. I love being creative. I love being able to create things with my time. I think we have such limited time here. We got to make it count. We got to make sure we're doing what we can to serve the people that we meet. And create things that stay long after we're here, right? So I hope to get back into music. I just joined a choir to kind of get over my nerves of
Nice.
doing this thing I've done for so long. I think where you're going to see me more in the community is working with Public Allies. We're starting the new program here in September. We've got 19 amazing people starting with us. I'm so fortunate that we have that. There's a lot of cuts last year with the federal government, a lot of nonprofits in flux of what are we going to do with our funding? What if we lose our funding? So it's so great to still be here to be able to do the important work of Public Allies, making sure that we're creating a future where everyone belongs, everyone is involved and heard, felt, seen. So I'm really excited to continue doing that work. And my new little creative side passion projects that I love creating leadership development training. So I really hope to be able to train more nonprofit professionals. So as our allies go into community and work with different people, they're well supported with leadership in place to help them in their growth as well. So yeah.
So if you could leave one message to a young person, what would that be?
Young person going through a difficult time, or really anyone going through a difficult time, I would say, okay, we're going to do this together, Phil. You put your feet on the ground. Let's get situated
with
here.
you.
You okay? Close your eyes. Okay? Breathe in deep through your nose, okay? And hold your breath. And notice where you feel tension in your body. Bring that breath to that part of where you feel tension and blow out all that tension. Audibly, let it out. We'll do one more breath together. Breathe in. Hold it. Move it to that place where you feel tension and breathe it out. This is a simple grounding activity to get your mind and your body snap back into place. A lot of times when we're going through hard times, challenging times, our minds are all over the place. We have a lot of people that have a lot of obstacles against them in this day and age. Just doing that can just get you in the right frame of mind to just know what is the next thing that I need to do. And then I tell any young person when they are going through something, okay, now that you're centered and focused, look back and observe all the things you have already overcome. You did that, nobody else. And you're going to overcome this next thing. You got to believe, we have to believe that our behaviors matter, that they are important, that they count. That if I do something, it will make a difference and that it's important. So you can do this. You've done it. We talked about leadership.
Yeah.
It's an action. You've done it so many times before and you can do it again this time too. So just know that. You got this. You've got this. You can do it. You have to believe it's possible for yourself. And then just do the next best thing for yourself. And then do the next best thing after that. And then do the next best thing after that. And if you zoom out of your life, you'll see you have had the most amazing, impactful life because you did all the small, little, boring, next best things.
Wonderful.
Yes.
For our listeners, how can they get involved or seek more information?
They can go to publicallies.org, risecs.org. There's tons of information there about Public Allies, how to apply, how to get involved, how to serve their community. It's all right there.
Wonderful.
Yes.
You have been a treasure. I
Thank
really
you.
thank you for taking
Thank
the
you,
time
Al.
to speak with me and to our audience. And when this is all wrapped up and pretty, we'll be able to let our audience seek it on our website at familypartnerships.org. Prita, thank you.
Thank you.
Continue
Thank you.
impacting lives,
Thank
will
you.
you?
Thank you for this opportunity to share some of this stuff.